I don't know if my days are just feeling longer or what it is, but I swear some days I feel like I haven't been on in forever, and I know that is not true. When was the last time I went live? Let's see. I just went live. Let's see, what was it? A day ago. I just went live. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. All right, back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Okay. So I had something planned for today. But I'm gonna skip it only because something else came to me. That happens to me often, where I have one particular thing planned to talk about, and then something else comes to me totally different, and I just go with the new thing that came because it came for a reason. And so that is what I'm going to talk about today. So first things first, this is what happened. I was listening to a reading today. I don't know why I bother with them, honestly. I do not know why I still bother with readings. They are a complete waste of time. But anyway, they're not a complete waste of time, but there's a lot of BS. So they'll give you 98% of things that sound attractive, and they'll slip some nonsense in. So what they want to do is they want to build some sort of trust, some sort of rapport, and then they slip nonsense in. So today, the nonsense that they slipped in was, oh, don't motivate anyone. They weren't there to motivate you. They left you when you were going through things. So I want to open up with that. This is my calling in life. For a long time, I have wondered what my calling in life was. I've genuinely. It wasn't that I didn't like having a business, but I've spoken about that before. It becomes monotonous after a while. I'm not just here to motivate people. I feel like, and I've talked about this whole thing about, being a teacher, which is something that people have a huge ego about, being spiritual teachers and whatnot. Like, I don't really care about the title. I want to talk about the difference with how I see what I do versus maybe what other people are doing. I see a teacher as, I'm going to paint an analogy. Somebody who's sitting in a classroom, they're eating a bit more than they should. They're getting a little bit of a stomach. They're delivering messages, things that they read in a book, things that they heard about. And if something were to happen, they can't make it across the football field. They can't run the full distance across the football field. Here's how I see myself. I see myself as someone they pulled off the battlefield too early. I still have blood on my boots and on my fatigues. I have shell shock. I'm in this classroom, and if the door slams too hard, I'm already trigger happy. I'm already freaking out. They just pulled me off. I didn't even heal yet. But it is obviously an emergency, and people need to know what's going on, and they need to know how to get this done. That's why I don't see myself as a teacher. I see myself as someone who came off of active duty. That's how I see. When I come here, I do not come perfect. I do not cry Jesus tears. I'm very, I don't want to use the word hostile, but take it how you want to take it. You know, this is how it is when you've come from fighting, when you're still fighting. You know, there's some who their only job is to sit in the classroom and tell you how it looks like out there. And there's some who are going to tell you the facts. The ones that are sitting in the classroom are going to give you theory. I think. Let a bomb go off outside the school. They don't even know how to load a magazine into a gun. They don't know how to load a clip. They don't know what they're doing. They are just talking to talk. But they want to tell you what Spirit said, what Divine said. Spirit would never tell you not to motivate other people. God would never say any craziness like that. God can find you to talk to you directly. You don't need anybody to be a translator for you. That's how you get yourself in trouble in the first place. God said this and God said that. No, I can't tell you what God said to you. You're going to know what God says to you. You're going to know your experience, and your situation is different from mine. I could tell you how to endure. I could tell you, you know, when you face this or you face that, or how to lighten the load or stop, drop, and roll. I could give you stuff like that. I can't tell you what's in your heart. I can't tell you what's your mission. I can't tell you stuff like that. In fact, no one can. No one can tell you anything like that. So the minute you see people come in with these kind of like weird suggestions, a loving God would never promote division between people. A loving God would say, try to find a way to release the anger towards your enemies. That's what a loving God would say. A loving God is not going to tell you not to motivate people, because that's the same God that told me to come here and motivate people. Verbatim. So who's gonna tell you what to do? So that's gonna be a negatory on that story. I will be here every day motivating people. People are up. See, they could do that with other people, but I'm a problem because you can't do that to me. You can't tell me stupid. Like, just because I don't react, people always think, oh yeah, we got away with it. And then they're just standing there stupid, stuck, when I do what I want anyway. So I'll be here every day, forever, motivating people. That's what it's about. See, the thing is, it puts pressure on people. Every time you look better, you're doing better, you're addressing issues. You roll out the first campaign and it doesn't work very well, and you put the improvements and you keep going instead of being dejected. When all of these things happen, it makes them look bad. It looks like they don't know what they're doing. It looks like they're not doing their job. So that now they have to find different avenues to communicate with you when you don't have a handler. So once you do not have a handler, you don't take any advice. Your communication is direct from God. What sounds nice, you take it. You have a one-track mind, and that is to survive. That's to get through it. So tonight's message is simple. No excuse is a valid excuse. That's what it boils down to. No excuse is a valid excuse. I'll explain to you why. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, which you are in a spiritual zombie apocalypse right now, there are similarities between these two situations. If you're in a zombie apocalypse, tell me, what movie have you ever seen? What zombie show have you ever seen where somebody stopped moving? Legs broken, they drag the leg behind them, they keep going. Whatever happens, you got to keep moving, because sitting still is sure death. So no, you keep going. No excuse is a valid excuse. Then you'll hit the cards and it'll say stuff like, oh, take some time to rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, okay. I'll rejuvenate my way. I keep going. What rest? When I was in the middle of this, I'm getting gang stalked by day. I'm planning by night. I'm saging down a 3,000 square foot house, almost 4,000 square foot house actually, by night. I'm still cooking dinner. I'm still doing everything. I still gotta pray. I still gotta meditate. I still gotta wake up in the morning. God wouldn't put you in a situation that you were not capable of handling. And I did it for 2 years, at least a year and a half. No excuse is too much. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm this. In the best of situations, you need to build a business. You need to do anything. You need to train to be an athlete. You want to go to the Olympics. Nothing is easy. Whether people are on your tail or not, it's not easy. And anybody who's built anything, you know that. You have to go the extra 10 miles, not the extra 1 mile, the extra 10 miles all the time. You get beat down the night before, you're hurt the night before, you're pissed off the night before, you wake up the next day and you keep it moving. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. That is the mentality, that's the motto. You keep moving. May the most endurant side win. Simple. And all you know is that you're going to keep moving. You don't care what they do. They want to trail you in every corner, in every nook, in every cranny. They got to do what they got to do for them. You got to do what you got to do for you. See, these readers, the decent ones, will come and they'll say, oh, you're going to make it bad if they don't stop, they're going to make it bad and whatever and blah, blah, blah. I don't care what they do. I will never come on here and tell a gang stalker not to gang stalk. Gang stalk, buddy. Gang stalk. Do what you got to do. I do what I have to do. No excuses. That's it. It doesn't matter if you're down. Hold on. Hey, be quiet. It doesn't matter what you're down. It doesn't matter what you lose. It doesn't matter what is going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's that simple for me. It's that simple. I don't care. I don't care, and neither should you. You know, there comes a certain point where you're tired of complaining. Like, I'm not saying that your complaints are not valid. I'm not saying that you're not exhausted. I'm not saying you're not tired. I'm not saying any of the above, but I'm just saying you're exhausted. Like, you're tired of all the time complaining about the same thing. At some point, you just got to do what you got to do. It's the same thing every day, the same story. They did that. They did this. They're on the street. They're following me. They have the phone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Aren't you tired? I know I'm tired. I'm officially tired of talking about that. I don't even care. I don't care. Everything they do is to their detriment. They're lacing up their own feet and they're falling over on their own face. Everything you say is valid. It's not even an excuse. It's a reason. You have a reason to not want to do it. The problem is nobody's going to come and do it for you. When I went through my journey, I had a lot of motivation. I had a lot of places that I could turn to, that I could get an encouraging word. So even if God didn't ask me to do it, it only would feel right in my heart because I was being pushed to do it. I felt in my gut I should, but there was also a part of me that said, just because you can relax at this point, think about other people that are going through this as well. And this is not an easy thing to go through. This is very, 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 very difficult. Now, one thing I realized, and I can't say that for everybody, I don't know what the tarot readers went through, but I don't know. The way we're going through it, if they went through it, they wouldn't be up here doing the kind of stuff that they're doing. Because it's one thing to be gang stalked and it's another thing to be spiritually attacked. Some of us are being gang stalked, spiritually attacked. They're trying to attack our money. They're trying to enter our homes to disrupt our peace. They're not okay because we're getting peace, we're getting stronger, we're getting more resilient. We seem to be developing and evolving, and publicly at that, because they talk a lot, they yap a lot. They want to tell everybody, oh, look what I'm going to do, look what I'm going to do, and it doesn't work. So some of us are facing the whole 360 attack, spiritual attack. When you're home, they're attacking you. They're attacking your peace. They're slandering your name. They're destroying relationships, and they want to take every single person from you, including people motivating you on the internet. Absolutely not. Whoever wants to deliver these kind of messages can do that. It's not going to be me. And the reason it's not going to be me is because I don't mind fighting. I don't mind praying down on people. I tell people that. I don't cry Jesus tears. I tell people that to their face. I'm going to pray down on you. If you start attacking me, you put your hands on me, I'm going to go in the spirit about you. A lot. I'm going to be extra about it. I'm going to put gravy on top of it and make a very unusual example of you. So other people, they start thinking once, thinking 3 times. Do I want to? You don't want to. But if you do, if you feel like you should, do it. I don't care. That is what fighting so much, that's how it makes you. And that is the point. That's how you're supposed to be. You are put through this because that's how you're supposed to be. Don't think you're not supposed to be like that. That is how you're supposed to be. Let me tell you, in the spirit world, all they do is fight. All they do is fight. These things have been alive from the beginning of time. You enter the spirit realm and there's a fight. There's always a war. It's never ending. So when they grab one of us, whoever grabs you first, that's your side. You're in that with them. So you want to be on this side where we can create, where we can bless, where we can actually give you something without you incurring karma, without you stealing, without you having to sacrifice people every day at 6 p.m., bring another soul, get another person, lock them up, bind them up. If you want to be on this side, yeah, you're going to have to learn how to get handsy with people. And that's all it is. You get handsy with people. Let me explain something to you. The spirit world is not anything like you've been taught. Nothing. In the real world, in this world, it's not even the real world, but in this world, they tell you good versus evil. And it's 2 sides. Good spirits and evil spirits. So they say, right? But in the spirit world, the reality is you are both. Every entity out there is both. We are both. It's a choice. So the same spirit that is doing something bad can do something good. The same person, like right here, who's doing something bad can also do something good. And you don't have to lean heavily on either side, but you have both sides of you for a reason. One side of you usually is more dominant than the other, but you need both. That's why you have both. So some people have the protection of both. What you would call demons and what you would call angels. And let me explain to you how spirits work. When you have alliances with spirit, they don't ask questions when you go for help. They don't say, well, how comes? Well, what did you do? Well, what was your role? As soon as you finish their request, they're off, handling the issue for you. This is the expectation of you as well. So when you're going through your initiation, which you are going through an initiation, that is why it's a cycle. It's a gang stalking cycle. It's a gang stalking journey. It's not a gang stalking forever. These people are going to run out of money eventually. Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. Take care of yourself. Don't come out of this looking like you've been through something rough. Take care of yourself. Walk outside with pride. Don't find yourself in any situation. See, in my situation, people look rough. I don't look rough. You come attack me, you're going to look rough. You're going to live rough. You're going to be back at zero. You're going to face yourself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to make sure that I'm okay. Not to prove to anybody. They used to come in my store. Oh, you don't have to work hard to prove to anybody. My mortgage is $10,000 a month. You think I care about proving something to you? When I have bills to pay, and that's one house. You think I care about proving something to you? I'm staying on my feet because I'm not losing a damn thing. So every day we go to work, They used to be frustrated until the dirty mall moved the chairs in for us to sit right in front of our store so that they could sit there all day and make us feel uncomfortable. I used to dance in front of them, turn the music louder, motivate myself, get my spirit up so my vibration is high so I could go back and pray. Sales are coming through in their face. They don't know what to do. Every day, in their face, in their face. It was so embarrassing. They had to go and try to get us out of the contract. They had to go gang stalk the leasing lady. Take her. They didn't even gang stalk her. They sent someone to mess up her relationship, marry the guy that she was living with. She had to move out of the house. Yeah, how does she know all that? Wait until you guys see me in court. Gang stalk. Put her in a situation and then bind her up. Bind her up in their organization. Make a deal with her. Get her to put me out. That's what they had to do because sales were not going to stop. That is the bottom line. The sales were not going to stop. End of story. There is no excuse that is a valid excuse to not keep going. You keep going every day. Whatever they do, however long it takes, it is a short cycle when you look at the stretch of time in your life. And let me tell you, in my particular situation, that cycle's almost over. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. They don't know what they're talking about when it comes to me. I don't care. The reality is you cultivate a relationship with the spirit. The spirit realm is where everything happens first. You hear manifestation. Manifestation is you cultivate it up there first. It happens up here first, and then it moves into your reality. And that's what you're doing here. That's all you're doing here. You're making sure you go into the spirit about your situation. Untie your situation in the spirit. Once that's untied, they're like, oh, she's cocky. Oh, she's this. No, I am confident that it is unbinded in the spirit. Once it's unbinded in the spirit, I don't care. Now it's just defending myself. Now it's just making sure that people don't pass their place with me. Now it's making sure I get my respect. I don't care what they say. I don't care how many guns they have. I don't care what they're talking about. Do you understand what spirit is? You don't want to have a problem with spirits because nothing in your life will go good ever again. Spirits are so crazy. They really know how to get you. You think this is infinite knowledge. You think it's like human beings want to get you and they want to like unalive you. And they think as soon as you unalive someone, they pop back in a uterus somewhere immediately. Next phase, there are people walking out of car crashes because it's not their time. It's not about that. Spirit will keep you around here and will show you what it feels like to be experiencing yourself. Let me give you guys a little story. So the person gang stalking me, John Ferreira, I'm going to sing his name forever. I don't care what they talk, what they're talking about. I don't care what they're saying. I don't drink Jesus juice, so I don't care. I don't care. I can come on here and be cantankerous with anybody. I will mention your name. Every day I'm on you. I don't care. So the one gang stalking me, John Ferreira, meets me on a dating site. We're on the phone. He's telling me the story of the previous lady he did this to. The one who lives in Niagara Falls. Was it Niagara Falls? Wherever it was, far as hell. He had this lady on a string. This lady's what, in her 50s? He must have put her in some sort of soul binding. Same thing he tried to do with me. Some love spell. Lady likes him. He knows that. He's married. And he's doing this kind of stuff. Wife's agreeing with it. That's how they are. That's how they make their money. Nobody cares, right? So anyway, you know a woman is a certain type of woman where she'll allow you to have relations or whatever they're doing with other people, I guess. I don't know. So he's telling me this story about this woman who clearly likes him, this older lady, and obviously not his type. He likes prostitutes. It is what it is. That's all he's into. He does OnlyFans for girls. He gives them all these hookers and whatever. He does their pages, make their page, pimping activities. So that's what they like, the builder girls. Anyway, this lady has been begging for a date. After, I guess they must have do what they need to do to her. I don't know if they made her a drug mule, if they did whatever they did to her, didn't give me the details, goes out. He promised her that, oh, when it's done, he'll go out for karaoke with her. Drove all the way there, sped all the way there at night, did the karaoke. She invited him upstairs for a coffee, and he declined. And he drove back at like 3, 4 in the morning. As a woman, do you know what it feels like that you invite a man upstairs and he doesn't even want to come up for a coffee? Even if he just drank the coffee and went home. I don't think that really hits somebody's ego when they've had you on the phone. You've been playing love games with them on the phone for so long, playing handler, leading them along and all this kind of stuff. And then do you know what it feels like to be under a love spell and somebody's clearly showing you that they don't care about you, and you feel like you're destined to be with this person, and this person is your perfect match, and this would be so perfect, and you envision them and whatever? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know how sad that is? When people talk about these people, men and women, they talk about these people, and you know they're shakes after a while that they've been through this abuse. Like they're do you know what that feels like? To feel that somebody could care less about you and about your feelings. These are the kind of things that people have to go through themselves. They have to experience themselves. That's the way that spirit works. Spirit makes you experience yourself. So it's not enough that they're gonna make you feel like they took a shoe and smacked you down like a bug. They're like, no, we want it to play out in vivid color. We want you to experience every ounce of what you do to other people. How does it feel to be obsessed with someone who is disgusted by you, who could care less? Every day they wake up, it feels like a betrayal. That's how spirit operates. Give the spirit time to do what it needs to do, to teach people. It is not in, this is called karma. This is what karma is about. Karma is not just about you gotta stop. Karma is not just about random things occurring. Karma is about experiencing yourself so you truly understand what you did here before we really put hands on you. Gotta drag this out. Give karma her time. Give her time. You just gotta hold on. And let me tell you, some of us, we've been going through crazy things our entire lives. People think that the universe just is favoring you and what? People can't think that about me. If I was being gang stalked, if I went through what I went through, how the heck is that the universe favoring me? Everybody has a price to pay. Everybody's gonna pay in whatever way. We all have our crosses to bear. It doesn't matter. It's not in my best interest to not learn lessons like everybody else. It's not in my best interest to not know about what's going on spiritually. It's not in my best interest to not know how to stand up for myself. It's not in my best interest to not know how to be strong, how to be spiritually tough, how to endure, especially if you want blessings. It's not in my best interest to not know that everybody's a snake and you can't trust people. It's not in my best interest. So I must see the worst of humanity. And this is not even the worst. You're being gang stalked. You're not a real war. You're just being gang stalked. It's a bunch of people running around, doing a lot of childish things, bullying. If they really could do something, they really would do it. They have parameters, they have rules. They cannot touch you. That is a fact. They cannot touch you. It's like Job in the Bible. They could take everything from him. They could attack him. They could abuse him, but they cannot touch him. They cannot take him. And of course, they're going to violate and they're going to go hard. They're going to take your relationships, your kids, your family. They're going to take everything from you, but they cannot touch you. So now that you know they cannot touch you, put fear to the side. You're going to be fine. This is a test. And God already told these people, no matter what happens, this person is never going to deny me. Because God already knows how you are. Keep moving, keep walking, keep going. Keep going. People need to experience themselves. For me personally, I already know. It just feels like everybody that I meet is somebody that they had it coming, because I'm not the first one they did it to. That's why they were so eager to do it. I'm not the first, but I am gonna be the last, but I'm not the first. And this is just how it is. This is just how it works. Some of us, we keep thinking, my life is so hard. I keep meeting all these bad people. I keep meeting all these people who are this, that, and the third. Yeah, you have to. They have to violate you so that they could get their karma. That's it. So I stopped wondering why when I would meet people that my gut, I'm like, I don't know. God's like, yeah, do it. Do it. Take the deal. No, sign the paper. No, take it. Take it. Do it. I'm like, no. She's like, do it. Do it. I'm like, are you sure? Do it. And I'm leaving there and I'm like, man, I know I'm going to get scammed. I get scammed hook, line, and sinker. As soon as I do it, there they go. There they go. There they go. And I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to do anything, but I don't care if people think I do or I don't. I don't care if people think I'm burning black candles in my house. I don't care. They made up a reason to come in here. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. I was going to have printed out pictures with black candles of their feet. And even if I did, why would I leave that up when you guys come in here anyway? You are not going to see anything I didn't want anybody to see anyway. Like, come on. But anyways, moving forward, I don't care what they see or what they don't see. I don't care what they know or what they don't know. Like, I don't care. If they feel like I do, that is to my benefit. If they feel like I don't, that is also to my benefit. I don't care. This is the point you got to get to. You got to get tired of people. You got to get tired of the nonsense. So tired that you don't care. You don't care. Like, you ever meet people where spiritualists, there are some spiritualists, especially when they're young and their blood is hot, they just think they're invincible. When you're young, you think you're invincible, and you that's the fool. You make childish mistakes. You just do anything. These kinds of people don't care about backfires. They don't care about people's ancestors attacking them. They don't care about none of the above. They don't care. These are the types of people that we're dealing with now. These people should have given up. In my city in particular, anybody being gang stalked, you're being gang stalked by exhausted people. These people are exhausted, and I mean spiritually, in the spirit. Their life force is low. They're tired. They're drained. So if you're being gang stalked in my city, you're not even getting the full dose. It wasn't where they were teamed up and clicked up and they were happy. It wasn't where they were high-fiving each other and they were working in teams. It's not like that anymore. People are really thinking about, first of all, spiritually, do I want to be involved in this? Legally, do I want to be involved in this? Does this even make sense for me anymore, this whole lifestyle? People are thinking they should go get a job to save their spaces. People can't afford the homes that they bought. Money's not trickling into the city the way that it was before. They don't trust them in my city the way that they don't trust them in my city the way that they used to. Because they're liars. They lie. That's how thieves are. When thieves hook hands together, they lie to each other. This is their nature. They're trying to save their behind their lying. It doesn't help that I come on this live. Don't worry about anything. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do. God said you don't have to be afraid of these people, and you don't have to listen to them. You don't have to take any calls. You don't have to have any handlers. You don't have to talk to anybody. Give them attitude. Do whatever you want. Be however you want. Find your peace and work. Focus on yourself. Focus on your healing. Focus on moving forward. Pray about what you want every single day. Never lose hope. Never give up. No excuse is a valid excuse to give anything up that is yours. They want you to think you're not going to get it. They want you to think, you who are winning a race, why are you worrying about other people? It doesn't matter what they do out there. What are they good? They cannot touch you. You walk through the crowd, walk through the gang stalkers, go. The stuff you got to worry about is the spiritual stuff. The gang stalking part, that is the least. The hacking part, that is the least. Following you around, it's the least. When they follow me around, they know I don't care. So they have to drive up really, really close to my car to make me feel uncomfortable. I take my foot off the gas. I'll do 40 on the highway. So everybody driving by could see you're tailgating me, and I took my foot off the gas. I don't care. We're not doing any high-speed chases. What are you talking about? You want to slam into the back of me? Go ahead. What are people gonna do? This is too much energy that constantly giving these people. These are idiots. So the hacking we don't care about. They could stay on the phone, they could stay on the device, and they could watch. They could watch every single day, everything they do. They're beside themselves. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. It's like saying, I want to be on a court playing basketball, but I want the other team locked up in a room and I'm going to be the only one on the court shooting. No, it's an engagement sport. They're going to be there. They're going to be on the court. Ball hog. That's all. Close every door and ball hog. Never give that ball. Who cares? And whatever happens, you had a hard day. They really got to you. This thing is about self-mastery. You're taking a hold of yourself. That's why I said no excuse is a valid excuse. You're taking a hold of yourself. If you have to itemize it on a sheet of paper, what are the things that bother me? What are the things that trigger me? And you start going down that list one at a time. You start working on it. I get triggered by being hacked. Work on it. And move forward to the next thing. I get triggered by this. Work on it. Move forward to the next thing. I'm dealing with this. Work on it. Move to the next thing. People got to run out of ideas. You want to be a gang stalker? Be a real gang stalker. More ideas. Come up with more ideas. You need more ideas. Slam your heads together, slam your skulls together, and come up with more plans. And you start anticipating all the nonsense. It's like only so long that they're gonna start surprising you. You start anticipating it. Oh, look at them set up. Look at them set up this huddle. Okay, yep. And that one's over there. And that one's over there. Okay, all right. I see where this is going. While they're setting up the play, you're waiting for them. You're waiting for them. Anything people leave in my house, I put it on the altar. Any notice they give me, I put it on the altar. Anything that happens, I put it on the altar. Because let me explain to you how this works, okay? When it comes to your altar, for people who have an altar, let me explain to you how it works. When you have an altar, your altar is a portal. You're praying. You're giving offerings to spirit. You're talking to the other side. You're on your knees, okay? When you put things on the altar, spirit gets to touch it, gets the essence of it. Why do you think they come and they take things in your house? They're not moving things around, they're stealing things. They come, they want things with your handwriting. They want things like that so they could pray down on you. They come, they take an item, and where do you think the items from your house goes? On people's altars. They mail it overseas, they mail it to different places, they pray down on you. So guess what? Somebody gives you some bogus eviction notice or whatever, you put it on the altar. You put it on the altar, you leave it on the altar. You make it Christmas on the altar. You get the spirits happy, in a good damn mood. Beautiful. That altar has to have all kinds of things on it. And you leave that on there and you pray on it and you leave it with God. And you just wait to see what happens. You don't even think about it anymore. You just leave it there and you wait to see what happens. You don't want to leave any weird stuff in my house. That's for damn sure. Because they'll put little things so that it's like, it stops your love life. It makes you and your partner not want to sleep with each other. You guys have issues. You're losing your hair, or this is happening, or that is happening. Give God that energy. That's it. Give God that energy. Let me tell you what happened one time. I don't even know if I should be telling this story, but I will anyway. Because, people should know. One time, I'm at the grocery store with a gang stalker. They couldn't gang stalk me the whole day, but they were waiting around the area to see so I go to the local grocers. And such a nice cashier, and she's saying, oh my God, the guy in front of me is a gang stalker. I know because he's scanning my groceries. He's looking and he's scanning. They like to know what I buy so that then they go, and when they wait for me in some big supermarket, they stand next to the things that I always get. So they wait for me there to make me uncomfortable. Can you imagine the desperation? They wait for me there. So, oh, you like this item, so we're gonna wait in this aisle because it's too much. Do you see when they're in the supermarket, they're racing, they're speeding aisle to aisle, looking like this to see. And when they catch me, they're like, oh, and then they come in that aisle slowly with a smirk, and they're coming and being weird. So they want to know what aisles you're gonna be in. So he's standing there, he's scanning everything, right? He's scanning everything. He's watching. Gang stalking me politely, trying to give me the nice face. Oh, spare my life, spare my life. He gives her the $10. She's like, this is the only $10 I have in my cash. I really needed it. I come and I get my change, and she said, oh my God, the $10 that I just got, I have to give it to you. I said, beautiful. Took that home. Took that home. Took that home. When you do too much, that's how you find yourself in situations you shouldn't be in. I don't care how politely you gang stalk me. I don't care. You shouldn't have done it. This is my tagline. You should not have done it. Now, these people hold hands. So let me explain to you guys traditionally how spirituality works. Spirituality is not one-to-one, okay? Like, if it doesn't hit you, it hits the cat, it hits the dog, it hits the house, it hits the new business deal, It hits that new thing you were working on. It hits that thing that you were trying to save, right? You did one little thing and now your houses can't sell. But spirit, I only just did this. You don't think that's a big punishment for that? That's not, karma doesn't care about that. You guys do tit for tat. Karma doesn't do tit for tat. You just shouldn't have done it. You can't negotiate with the spirit world. You just shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. You're only here to scan groceries. Why? To ruin somebody's life, to harass somebody. Huh? And the whole group is holding hands together. Now all of a sudden, Saw's riding a little bicycle with that face mask, asking people in their dreams if they want to play a little game. All because you wanted to stand there and scan so future gang stalkers can make somebody's life hard. I am not the one. I am not the two. Don't ever. This is what happens when you play too many games. You keep doing dumb shit. And they keep helping somebody who's cursed. I don't care. And this is how you have to be. This is the spirit realm. This is different. This is not church. And if you're really sitting here reading tarot in Jesus' name, then you're already full of it. Nobody who reads tarot doesn't do something else, okay? Anybody that starts talking about Jesus is delusional and a liar. A liar, not even delusional. They're fake and they're dangerous. Nobody reads tarot in the name of Jesus. Jesus gave you those messages. What part of Christianity involves tarot? You gotta look at life the way life is, okay? You need to preserve yourself. You need to preserve yourself. You didn't do anything wrong to anyone. This kind of persecution is crazy. It's gone too far. You need to learn how to pray, and you need to learn who to pray to, and you need to go into the spirit. And anything they do, you need to pray about it. When people are attacking me spiritually, first of all, every time I start praying, they start losing their cool. They start sending attacks, and the prayer switches from prayers that was, I was minding my business, to I'm asking God to go over there and put physical hands on them. Because spirit puts physical hands on people. You can see, this is the thing. It's easy not to believe in spirit when spirit hasn't physically put hands on you. Ask the spiritualists about physical hands on them, physical hands. Like, you don't have to guess if spirit's real. Physical hands. You see, when those prayers start, everything stops. They know better. They know better, because she will move. She will move on my behalf. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. So you do not be gang stalked and make yourself a victim or allow yourself to be a victim. You're stronger than that. And the point of you doing all of this is to remain strong, remain on your feet. It's mind over matter. Everything feels difficult when you're being persecuted. Making the bed feels difficult. Brushing your teeth feels difficult in the beginning. Cutting your hair feels difficult. Much less to go work out. Your brain wants to think about this all day. You're in a panic all day. You're not breathing well. You're scared. You're worried. You're in a panic. It ends now. Stop all of that. You get up and you make your bed because you bought that bed. You pay for this place. You pay for where you live. Nobody's gonna persecute you here. And you get strong in the spirit. That is your stronghold. Once you get strong in the spirit, you get strong in the physical as well. Because you start knowing who's moving with you and around you. People have to take it seriously because weird stuff starts happening. As soon as they take that first dark deal, their life is done. Whether they know it or not, it doesn't matter. You see, this is the thing about spirit. It's kind of like when you're first being gang stalked, you don't know because it's so quiet. It's so covert. They have to do extra to let you know, hey, hello, we're gang stalking you. That's when all the fear kicks in. But before you knew, you were just walking through. You thought everything was weird. You got signed out of an account. You're like, oh, that's weird. Somebody came to your door to figure out where you were. You're like, oh, that's weird. Everything is just a little weird, but it's a coincidence. Until you know you're being gang stalked, and now you're talking about all the coincidences, but people keep telling you no, it's just a coincidence. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but you're seeing that there are way too many coincidences. So that's how the gang stalking works. That's how spirit works as well. When your karma first starts, it seems like a coincidence. It is sitting in a pot that is incrementally getting hot at a low temperature. So as you're sitting in it, it's like, okay, this is nice. Oh, this is warm. Oh, this is getting hot. By the time it starts boiling, it's too late because it crept up on you. This is how karma works. It's creeping up on them. So in the beginning, you don't know what's going on with them. So you don't feel empowered. When spiritualists work on you, they want to be close to you so they could hear the stories of how it's working, so it makes them powered. It keeps their vibration strong. It keeps their belief in what they're doing strong so they could keep doing it. So they want to know, well, did you suffer a loss? Did you lose something? Did something happen to you? So they could go back and give the good reviews. Like, hey, this person's losing everything, this and that. In my case, when I start losing things, it's a transition. They thought everything was working. But now they're looking at themselves and they're wondering, like, wait a minute. Why are we in this situation? What is going on? Because the temperature was so low. And they let them sit in it for so long that they didn't realize. Now, the pot is hot. That same anxiety they were giving you, they have it now. They can't get rid of those houses. Listen, people already took first and second mortgages on those houses. So whatever the normal mortgage was, there's more owing on the house than that. Let me tell you what a second mortgage is. It's like 12% interest, 14% interest. They already took the big mortgages. They got those big payments and no money's coming in. How can a gang stalker focus to gang stalk when we still thinking about how the hell are we going to pay this next month? Look at us. Didn't May just start? We're already at the 9th. You're telling me we're a third way through May? This is not April that dragged on. May is skipping by. Better get those mortgages ready. Better get those payments ready. Don't listen to what they're talking about. They don't want you to come here and feel empowered and feel strong and know that you're winning. They don't want that. They don't want you to know that they're about to lose the ranch. They don't want you to know that they're sick, they're in anxiety, they're stressed out. Those bragging rights, it's over with. That big red wagon, that clown mobile, get it out of here. They want you to sign NDAs so they could sell their shops, and the shop hasn't been selling. They want an NDA to sign the shop because they don't want anybody to know that they're broker than broke. They don't want anybody to know that they don't have a car. They're trying to mask the limp, the broken leg. The other one's going too. Two bad legs. Sit down. Spirit will sit you down. London Bridge will fall down. It doesn't matter. Hold on. Drag it out. You know what? I used to tell Spirit, I'm like, drag it out. Make it longer than it needs to be. I'll hold on. I'll hold on when you have a point to prove. That's the transition. That's where you want to get it to. I talk all the time about how do you go through the gang stalking journey. You got to make them broke. Stay on your feet. That's all. I know somebody who stayed 5 years in a job where she was being gang stalked. Stay on your feet. You got to come in every day on a lunchroom where they're harassing you and sit in the middle of the room like a queen and lay your lunch down and sip your coffee, sip your drink and eat. They have parameters. They could say little things loud to gaslight you. They could do, but what are they going to do? Are they going to put hands on you? Can they illegally fire you? They can't, because then you're going to have a lawsuit and then you're going to get what? Paid. Imagine you made this person a millionaire because you didn't know how to act, because for $50 or whatever it is they're paying them, you wanted to harass somebody. Stay at the damn job. Stay at the job. Make your money. Make your money. You got to keep your home. They start harassing you on your house. Pray. Whatever happens, pray. Everything, pray. Pray, 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 pray. Be strong. Endure. Because you got to get it to the point where they're like, wait a minute. You said you're harassing this person. This is revenge for hire. And this person does not look scared. This does not look like somebody who's being gang stalked. This looks like somebody who's living a normal life. You're lying. What's going on here? What's happening here? Where's my money going? Because I see you got a new car. I see you got a new house. I see you guys taking vacations. And I see this person walking around doing whatever the hell they want. I see this person's peaceful. Make them expend the energy to attack you spiritually. Block it out. My channel has all the resources on how you do this stuff. Block it out. Drain them. I used to run cross country. Do you know how you run cross country strategically? You keep a steady pace throughout the entire race. And right when you get to the finish line, right before, that's where you speed up. People are tired. They're exhausted. You've been conserving your energy the entire way. When you get to the finish line, the entire time you're conserving your energy, you're not even making a fuss, you're not complaining. Listen, first of all, stop taking videos about the car following you. They make videos mocking that. The car following you, the people following you. Oh, everybody's wearing red on the street. Who cares? Who cares? This is a solo mission. Who cares who believes you? Other people cannot help you. They will be gang stalked too. So don't worry about that. And if they see you make an alliance, they got to choose which one that they want to bring in the fold, and they'll destroy that one internally in their ranks, and they keep you isolated by yourself. You got to be two strong people for it to be you against the world, okay? They will separate it. So the one person they'll keep in their ranks and they'll punish them that way covertly, and you, they'll keep you on the outside to show you that they took somebody from you. So you got to make sure you stay on your feet. Exhaust them. Use their energy. Stop proving anything. Go through the bulk of your journey by taking care of yourself. When they meet you in the final quarter, they will see the energy that you've been zapping out. They will see what you've been conserving. They will see. They will see. They had a mask on. That's when you take your mask off too. Take yours off now. Oh, you thought I was crying about this? Oh, you thought I was weak? Oh, you thought you were doing something? Guess what? It's my turn now. It's my turn. Don't let this affect your life. Don't let this be a fatal blow. And let us right now stop this rumor about gang stalking is for life. They just want you to think that. We're going to be on you forever. They just want you to think that. They wish they could. Imagine if you had 100 clients, 100 clients that are going to pay you to gang stalk 100 people for the rest of your life. Wouldn't you be rich? You got to cut yourself out. Nobody's waiting for gang stalking to be done. Nobody's waiting for mercy from no gang stalkers. Are you crazy? Waiting. This is my life. This is my life. I'm not giving up a whole life so you could get money to go waste. Stay on your feet. Look good. Feel good. Be strong. Keep going every day. And then you get to a point in your journey that they get so tired that it doesn't even take strength to do the things that you have to do anymore. You're just doing them and you're motivated and you're pushing through and you're feeling great, and there's nothing that they could do with you. There's nothing they could do because nothing is working. Nothing is working. And if you have a job and they're harassing you at the job, you're lucky. Just watch your P's and Q's. At least you have a steady income coming in. People with businesses, they're trying to knock the business out their hands. They're slandering. They're doing the negative Google reviews. They're doing everything that they can. You have a steady income. Hold on to that. And keep holding on to that. You have a home. Save money. Take care of your finances. Don't be, whittle it down to the bare necessities because you don't know how long you're going to do this for. They can't kill you. They can't do anything. The worst thing is if you got homeless and then now they're gang stalking you as a homeless person, and no one really wants to help. You're a decent law-abiding citizen and no one wants to help. So if you're homeless, God forbid. That's the best I can say from what I've seen. But everything else, you're going to keep going. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Honestly, it's the truth. You're going to be fine. And let me tell you, to the people that they don't want me to motivate, or they don't want people who are motivating other people, it must be working. Something must be working. So maybe I need to come on here twice a day to motivate people. Maybe I need to upload more videos then, because something's working. How can you tell someone not to motivate other people? Who are you and that's not your place. Don't find yourself in trouble. You don't tell somebody not to motivate somebody else who's in a dire situation. Other people did it for me so I could do it for others. That's what it boils down to. Others did it for me so I can now do it for others. I needed it. I used to sit down and wait for people to post. I used to be like this close, telling people like, excuse me, like, are you going to post today? Because I needed that motivation. I needed to go. I'm just here to tell you it's going to be fine. You're going to be more than fine. You're going to be better than you were after gang stalking, because you're going to be a superhuman version of yourself. You're going to be in control of yourself. You're going to be a person where discipline is a muscle memory. You're going to be a person who faces challenges head on like a bull. You back up, giving yourself momentum to fly forward into challenges. Nothing stops you. You're going to be a person that can face hurdle after hurdle after hurdle after hurdle and keep going. Let me tell you something. People with businesses that you see that have a lot of, I'm going to use a perfect example. People who build buildings like condo buildings or apartment buildings, complexes. These people need endurance emotionally and spiritually. These are people who have to find the deposit to give the city of a several million before they know where their first buyer is going to be. Then they need to find the buyers, get the buyers to sign up. They're going to tell you it's going to be built in a year or two, and they know it's going to be 5 years. Then they're going to have all kinds of coding issues, all kinds of issues. Construction workers do not have to show up if it's 1 degree below whatever the union said. So, or if the weather's up bad outside for 2 weeks, a month, they're having a bad month, just forget it, call it quits. These people, nobody's showing up. They don't care. Then the thing gets delayed. Parts and materials have gone up. The price has tripled. We're in a recession. And you already sold it to them at this price, and you have to honor the commitment. You have to go refinance this thing with another. You're losing money now. You have to go refinance, get more funding. Then you got to do this. Then you got to do that. Me and you are sitting here and we're worrying about what? Small money? These are multi-million-dollar problems. And what are they going to do? Abandon the building? I was a tenant in a building where what they tried to do, it was like a business, it was like a mall, but what they wanted to do is they wanted to make every unit owner, they wanted to sell every unit so that they wouldn't have to worry about renting it out, because the location that they chose wasn't great. This didn't work out because the owners bought the place and it was a desert land every day. They're paying a mortgage on here, and they kind of structured it like a condo, so there's rules. So they maintain some sort of ownership of the entire building, but they sell them just the unit. And so these people have to find people to rent, but nobody wants to rent it. No one wants to rent the place. See, he closed my laptop. He closed the page. He's tired. This motivation is a little bit too motivating. He doesn't like that. And that's okay, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to just put it right back up. See that? How much effort did that take? None. In fact, I enjoy pissing him off. And that's all it is. That's just how it goes. Pages don't close themselves, but I don't have to prove it to anyone. This is just the nonsense that you go through, and this is how you go through it. Simple. They close the page, I open the page back. I put the music back on. I put my background music back on. And that's it. That's how you deal with gang stalking. Do you know how much frustration it took for them to say, look at that. Do you see how this works? Simple. You don't have to prove to anybody you're being gang stalked. You're pissing somebody off way more than they should be pissing you off. And you get right back to it. It's like, so it's not even swatting a fly. No effort, no energy. So anyway, they sold the units, and then the unit owners now couldn't rent the units out anymore, because now they were at a point where the unit owners are at a point where nobody wants to rent from them. So they're kind of stuck with the units. They start taking this guy to court, the owner of the unit who put it up. He's paying for marketing. He's doing all of it. The worst thing for a condo is to have lawsuits. This guy's been fighting that problem for 10 years. These people want out, and no one will buy the units from them because this place is a ghost town. He has to try everything that he can do. This is how it is when you say, I want to be a billionaire, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be famous, I want to be whatever. As soon as you get the fame, they start gang stalking you, they start tracking you, people are hacking you, hacking your emails, your nudes get leaked, they start going into your background. Old friends start coming up for $50,000, they're selling stories to TMZs. Old boyfriends are selling sex tapes. This is what you wanted. You don't want that until you can survive gang stalking. Do you understand what I'm saying? And not survive. Thrive. You gotta thrive in gang stalking. You must be very important that this is happening to you, because you don't have millions to give them. Your suffering is paying the bills. So what does that mean? Stop suffering. But, make a decision. I'm gonna be happy today. That's exactly how it goes for me. I'm going to be happy today. But they're going to no, but today I feel like being happy because I'm tired of it. I'm going to be happy today. And that's it. I get up and I don't let anything bother me. I don't let nothing bother me. Do you know what it feels like when you're screaming, you're freaking out, and somebody laughs at you instead? You're embarrassed and you're even more pissed off. What do you mean you're laughing at me and I'm pissed? No. Don't let people affect your mood. Your mood is yours. This is your vibration. This is your strength. Your energy is how you attract. You need to manifest. You need to create from a very calm place, a place with peace. So you must insulate yourself. If you were in another situation and wasn't other people antagonizing you, you wouldn't have felt so targeted. It wouldn't have felt so brutal to you. But because you're in this situation and they show their faces and they show you that they're bullying you, you feel a victim. But you're not a victim. You're a fighter and you're a survivor. And you're going to keep going. You're going to keep going every day. One day at a time in the beginning. One day at a time. I used to go in the spirit and I used to say, God, I got one more day for you. I don't know. I'm exhausted because I was that exhausted. I got one more day. We'll talk about the other stuff tomorrow. And they knew I was going to come the next day and I'd be like, listen, I got one more day. Because what else am I going to do? Lay down and not do anything? Like, are you kidding me? But it helps when you say, I got one more day, because you're giving it all for that 24-hour period. You're giving it everything that you have and you're pushing through. You keep your commitments. Because I said to God when I was going through this, I'm like, what do you need from me? Because I don't expect it for free. Never be a person who wants anything for free. You would be a fool. This is how you're going to get trapped. This is how you're going to get poisoned. Business deals are very fair, upfront. This is what I need from you. This is what I'm going to give you. Don't take any blank checks. That's a trap. This is what I need. Fair exchange, equal give and take. So if you're being put through this craziness so people can be brought to justice and people can face their karma, you got to go in the spirit and ask for what you want in exchange for that. And don't shortchange yourself. And don't ever be tempted to take less than you deserve. Be fair with yourself. This is worth a lot. This is not easy. This is worth a lot. Go in the spirit and ask for what you want. Spirit, I need help, but I know you need things too. I'm a human being. I have a vessel. What do you need? What do you need? Because the people energetically persecuting you, they already made their deals. Trust me. They already did. Anybody dabbling in this energy stuff has some sort of spiritual alliance. Equal and fair. Equal and fair. Don't, nothing dirty, nothing weird, nothing binding you to stupidness. And as soon as I got through, God said, I need you to motivate other people. I need you got through something. Other people need to know how you got through it. So I come here and I talk to people about the pressures that I faced. I talked about the energy, the spiritual warfare that was tedious until I learned how to heal everything. Because remember, if no one is helping you being gang stalked, can the police help you with energy work? Can the hospital help you? Can the government help you? No, you gotta definitely do that on your own. So that's how it is. You got to close the doors. And I can't give you all the solutions because your situation might be different from somebody else's situation, but it doesn't matter. You reverse engineer things and you keep reworking it. You keep redoing it. You get it done another way. You tinker at it. You move it around. And you got to do that 5, 6, 7 times until you find the one that sticks and they cannot do a thing about it. You keep looking for different things, searching in different ways. You don't think it's exhausting gang stalking someone that keeps every day? You're sitting there like, oh my God, I know. I knew, I could hear it in my head. I was like, I know they're sitting there and they're like, here we go with this girl again. Here we go. I knew it. And I didn't care. And honestly, it pushes people's buttons when you live like that. This is your life. This is a whole life. You're going to give this up. You're going to give this up. What can they do? People are sitting in their cars and they're driving off as soon as I walk up. People are doing this and they're doing that. So what? Don't look at them. Don't look at them. Walk past. Do whatever you gotta do. Go do your whatever you gotta do, and make sure you work out and take care of yourself. Stay fit. Make sure you physically take care of yourself. It's very important. You want to keep up with yourself. Please, men, shave. Put on a nice shirt every once in a while. Your nice stuff, dust it off. Go out looking good. Take yourself out to eat. Yeah, they're sitting at the 3 tables around you. So what? They're not doing anything. Have a great day. Sit by yourself, watch something on YouTube, watch something not gang stalking related either. Take your mind off of that stuff every once in a while. Give yourself a day or two off of, every once. I was being gang stalked. I'm still gonna go sit there and get my nails done. The lady beside me on both sides, they're forcing conversation because they want to be like, wanna go for a coffee? I ignore them to their face, look them right in their eye, and go right back to what I was doing. No response. I don't care. You're gonna feel stupid eventually. You're gonna stop talking. You're gonna stop talking when you feel dumb. That's it. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? It's a scare tactic. It's a scare tactic and it's intimidation, but it's not illegal. And that's why it keeps happening. So whatever is not illegal, let it happen. Whatever is not illegal, God will take care of. And the illegal part will be left in your hands for you to handle. And when you get to that point where you have the ammunition and you have the stronghold to do anything about the parts that have been illegal, take it to the moon, take it to the stars, take it to the sun, take it way further than you need to. You know, what is it? Austin Powers, when he was negotiating for the asteroid not to hit the earth, and they're like, he's like, I want 1 trillion, kabillion, kazillion, fatrillion dollars. It doesn't matter if they have it or not. Who cares? Take it too far. Take everything too far. Too far. I was the bully in my story, guys. I'm not going to tell you that I was up here being a princess and an angel. I got tired of that. They were never going to stop. They're getting paid from this. They're getting paid from this. They want me to come up here and tell my story and tell you that I was crying because I was persecuted. I don't feel sad. That's why I don't come and cry with people. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you how to stay on your feet. I'm here to tell you how to stay alive. I'm here to tell you how to stay strong. I'm here to tell you how to drain people's pockets. I'm here to tell you how to make people look stupid. I'm here to tell you how to make sure people know that their client, to let the client know that they're a liar. You said that they were suffering and they're out here at a cafe having coffee in a nice suit. Now the client has to hire private investigators to see what's going on with you. And now you're having beautiful casual conversations, laughing with the private investigator. Now they're pulling back on financing. These are not people who work jobs. Jobs don't pay them this kind of money. Gang stalking pays them this kind of money. Now they got to take the car back. Now they got to worry about if they're going to sell the house. In this economy, they don't want to sell the house. They'll refinance the house at whatever percent. In the meantime, they'll gang stalk you harder. Now it's time to drag your feet on it. Drag your feet. How many months till a foreclosure? Not 3. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Let them fight with that mortgage for 1.5 years. Let them tussle with the mortgage. They gang stalk you and the bank can gang stalk their ass for the payments. How many payments are you behind? That's how we do this here. That is what we're looking for. I have a video in my resource center and it's called How to End Your Gang Stalking Cycle. It's a flow chart. It's like green and white. It's a flow chart. And I go through the process. Start looking into these things. We're tired of talking about how bad it is. It's bad. Great. Who cares? Solution oriented. Solution oriented. We're tired of crying and complaining. All you got to do is you need motivation to keep going. You go up in the spirit and you say, I'm giving you another day so we can fight this. You're not done with them until they're homeless, because they want you to be homeless, and that is karma. Karma makes people experience themselves, and they have made other people homeless. It's their turn. It's spinning. This is the wheel of fortune. When it was up, at some point it goes down. It spins. So what do you mean you want me homeless? What did I do to you? Do I know you? You don't even know these people. Shut the tap. Just with your endurance. Endurance is all you need. Let karma do her thing. Let her take her time. Let her slow dance with them. Do you know how frustrating it feels when the steering wheel's like this and it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going? In my situation, I'm telling you, this is the song that never ends. It will never end. It will keep going. When they get to jail, it's just the new chapter of a fresh version of hell. New chapter. The same episodes that they keep putting you in, another nightmare and another nightmare and another nightmare. When they get to jail, they're done losing everything, publicly humiliated, families isolated and dejected in society because people know what the hell they are, that they're scum. Time to go to jail, be forgotten by everybody. Fresh chapter. You know it's lawless in there. So now everybody on that was in there, a couple of which probably have been gang stalked before, know that you're a gang stalker, that you're a chief gang stalker. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. No solitary. You gotta stay in public every day. You gotta wake up to yourself every day. That's how I do it. Very strategic prayers. I have another live that talks about strategic prayers. What, you are not a victim when you have God, when you have the spirit world, when you have help. We should not be going through life like this by ourselves, scared as if our hands are behind our back, when it is not. It is co-creation, not just creation, co-creation. You didn't know that God was with you before. You didn't know that there was help before. Now you are well aware. Ask God to show and prove to you, show me that you're here. I really need this. Please assist me with this application that I'm making, this new place that I'm looking to rent, this car that I need to buy, this school that I need to apply to, whatever. Ask for assistance on the small things. Let them show you on the small things so that your confidence builds on the big things. So you never go to sleep waking up thinking, is it gonna really be done? Is it really gonna happen? Can I really trust? No. Once they start opening your eyes and proving to you, believe me, you'll have confidence that when spirit tells you something, you're gonna believe it, no matter what the odds. There are people out here building Amazons. There are people out here building Googles. There are people out here building Facebooks, building airplanes, building submarines, and you don't believe in something as simple as getting out of gang stalking? Why can't you be the first one that defy the odds? Why? So, you're building an airplane right now and airplanes don't exist, if that's how it is, because they're telling you it can't be done. I'm telling you that it is going to be done. I just came from outside walking the streets. Me and my daughter went for a run outside. No one was out there. Before I used to be, oh, let me not say it because whatever. What are they going to do? Run behind me? You want to go for a jog? Let's go for a jog. I don't care. I don't care. Once you accept that it's there and it's happening, once you accept that I got to a point I said, well, this is life now. Well, we're going to live together. We're going to coexist. These are our devices and you're going to watch me work. And I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And you're not going to be able to stop it. They just got to get frustrated. They got to close the web page, turn off the internet, do all of these things. I turn it right back on and I get back to what I was doing anyway, because somebody cannot tell me what to do. And even if they got me in this organization, I still don't see how it would work because I don't listen. In my mind, I'm still like, I don't listen. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done anything that I didn't want to do. I just don't do whatever I don't want to do it. I don't do it. That's it. That's it. And nothing will make a person crazier than a stubborn person who just will not listen, who will not succumb to what people are talking about. You make yourself endurant. If you weren't before, that is your first thing. You calm yourself down. You calm down your breath. You do your meditations. You get yourself in a place of peace. You build your hope. Hope is what they want to take away from you. That's why people like me are back here telling you, you don't Listen, when you get to see, you don't even need the hope anymore. You accept the reality. This is the reality that I'm coming out of this. This is the reality that this was a phase. This is the reality that they're not going to pay these people forever. It is the reality. It is the reality. Don't let them put you in jail. Don't let them make you get out of character. You're killing people. Somebody in my city, he was so frustrated, this older Italian man got a gun and shot a bunch of people in the building and shot a bunch of neighbors and people on the board. They were antagonizing this guy. They wanted to try that with me, but they probably won't. But they probably won't. Because everybody in my city thinks I'm a witch. And I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. Well, who am I to defend myself? I don't care. Whatever these people, I don't even know these people. You gotta pray. You gotta pray. You gotta write down your hopes and your dreams. It's not about believing it. You gotta go to La La Land with it. What are my hopes and my dreams? So first you write it down when you don't believe it. I was having a really rough time, and I had taped on my wall in my room, it said something like, if I could only find the paper, I'd show you. It said something like, don't worry about it. They couldn't do anything to you all of last year. Because I had a unit that I was renting out, and I'm like, they couldn't stop you from getting tenants. They couldn't stop you from this. And I put a couple of points, and I'm like, just keep going. It was to motivate myself. It was because I was in fear. It was because I was having anxiety, but at the time I didn't have resources just yet. So I had to be my own motivation. I had it taped up in the wall, and I read it every morning. Not because I volunteered to read it or like I was purposeful. It was just there. And I'm pretty sure they took pictures of it and they put it in their group chat and they laughed about it. Pretty sure. Bet they're not laughing now. You gotta do what you gotta do. I had it taped to my wall, and I was my own motivation, and I pushed myself. And every time I got scared to do something because I knew they were gonna be there to intervene, I read it and I said, well, they were gang stalking me last year and everything did work out. So you know what? We're gonna keep going. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm starting a new journey. I'm starting this, and I know they're gonna interfere, but guess what? I know how to motivate myself. I know how to keep myself strong. And that was the point. That was the point. Knowing how to motivate yourself. Knowing how to keep yourself strong. Now, when gang stalking is all done, the audacity of you to go and try to get a normal job and live a normal life with these kind of skill sets, I say it all the time. With this kind of skill set, you're gonna dream about building your own Google that is global, that is like, I don't even know if it's the biggest company in the world or not. I don't have the stats, but you gotta shoot for the stars after this. You can't like dumb yourself down after this. You survived gang stalking. You gotta write a book. You gotta get a Netflix special. What is that Netflix special about the stalker, the lady, the Scottish lady that's that stalked this guy? And you gotta get Netflix to give you some money out of this thing. You gotta do some interviews. You gotta, even if you just come on here and get a platform and talk to people, you gotta do something a little bit more than whatever you were trying to do before. You're no longer scared about, well, you know, if I always wanted to have a store or a shop or a wood shop or a whatever, well, how am I gonna pay the lease and how am I gonna do that? No, just go do it. Go get it done, because you survived crazier stuff than this. Gang stalking is not the end of your life. This is not the end. No one's gonna kill you. It's not the end of your road. It's just you're down a dark alley. If you're new here on this channel, go look at the resources that I have posted. By the way, please give me a like so that the channel can, you know, be higher on the algorithm. The algorithm can pick it up, because they try to disable my channels all the time. They try to bury the content and whatever. They can't get me to stop. I show up whether no one's in here or not. I post the videos. I would really appreciate a like if you're in here. Go look at the resources that I've posted. I have very specific things. I have stuff on spirituality. I have stuff on the energy stuff. I have stuff on what is gang stalking, who these people are, what they want. like the structure, how they're getting paid, how they're doing this, how they're doing. As much as I can give you, I give you. I come on here every single day, so please do subscribe if you're just seeing this, and hang tight. You're not staying in this as long as you think. You're not. There's some people, I think they're gang stalkers themselves that say, oh, I've been gang stalked my whole life. I think you can do up to 5 years, and I think that's it. Who the hell is gonna pay for more than that? For what? Especially if you're staying on your feet. It's been 2 years of active gang stalking for me, but it's been really like a year and a half. They're more like gang watching. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with me because nothing works. I don't care. They're tired of me. They think I'm a witch in my city. They don't like something about looking me in the eyes. No one will look me in the eyes. It's very weird. It's weird when people are scared of you. No one wants to look you in the eyes. What did I do? Who knows what's occurred with people? I don't care either. Whatever they're going through with God for what they're doing, good. Because I'm not the first one. Who knows how many people they drove to suicide? Who knows how many people they drove bankrupt? Who knows? You know, when I see homeless people, there was a point, homelessness touched my heart so much. Because when I saw homeless people, I was like, maybe this person had a great life, and these people drove this person to homelessness. You never know people's story. So when I see them, whatever I have in my tray, in my car, I empty it. Even if I was going through my own financial stuff, I made sure that I gave back. I was giving back to even shelters, whatever, because I understood. I understood from a different place how misfortune can hit you and it wasn't your fault and you simply don't know. And there was one time I was in the car with my kid, and I was saying, there was this guy at the side of the road and he was begging, and I was like, I was like, I don't want to encourage a man. Like, he's a man, he should go work. And my daughter says, no, you don't know. And I was like, he should go get a job. He can work, he can walk. And she said, well, maybe he just needs bus fare to get to the job. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And I gave him some money, because you just never know. You just never know with people in their situations. Continue being a good person. Like I said, you have light and dark in you. Just because you're asking karma to come through for people does not mean that you're a dark person or you're turning dark. You keep the humanity about yourself. They're trying to take it away from you. They want you to believe that everybody in this world is black-hearted, and it's a lie. There are good people, and the minute that you get back in the world, you're gonna see that you can go to a coffee shop, you can go somewhere, and people are still gonna smile and say, how are you, with no agenda, with no weirdness, with no whatever. You know, you're gonna get back there and you're gonna see that the world is just the same world that you left it. You've just gone down a dark alley where they're surrounding you, and they wanna make sure you never know and you never feel good about yourself ever again. So do not find yourself, please, I'm begging you, do not find yourself in a situation where you're feeling like the entire world is against you. It is not. People like myself exist. I make these people sick to their stomach, that I come on here and I give people good, real advice, not BS, not nonsense that they're telling people to make people feel like, oh my God, my life is over. Your life is not over, it's just beginning. This is the good part. This is the good part. This is the good part. This is right before you get the story where you get to go on CNN and tell people how you survived being tied up in the back of a truck for 3 weeks. This is the good part. What's her name? Dusty Rose or whatever her name is. She unalived her mom who was abusing her, and look at her now. She's a celebrity. She endured that abuse as that kid. Nobody could understand it. She unalived her mom, she went to jail, she came out, now she's a celebrity, she's living her best life. She's writing a book, she's doing this, she's doing that. I'm not advocating for anybody who did that, but don't we all understand what she must, that's the only way she could have gotten out. That is the only way she could have gotten out. That's obviously what she felt. She was being abused. She was gonna die in there if she didn't do it. This is you being gang stalked. You gotta ask for karma. This is the only way you're gonna get out. Activate yourself. Activate your higher self. Activate the part of yourself that you gotta activate yourself. Okay, you gotta activate yourself. And before I leave here, I tell people this before I go all the time. They are tracking you through your cell phone. Leave it at home to cut the gang stalking in half at least. Make them guess where you are. Make them send all the troops to the 6 to 10 places that you always go to. And so when you do get to one of those places, you only have a third of the gang stalkers there. They're tracking you through your phone. They're listening through the laptop. Shut the laptop down if you need to make an important phone call. Put a puck code on your SIM card so the phone could be hacked, but they don't have to listen to your calls. I have a lot of very good, helpful tips and tricks. They're gonna hack the modem, so you might wanna get, I forget what it's called. You wanna get something on a router, or a rotor, I can't remember. You wanna get some stuff on there. Look at my shorts, the shorts that have to do with active tips and advice. When those shorts started going viral, they started sending fake engagement to it because they were triggered by the cell phone one, because it's true. The reason I don't say turn off the cell phone, because they can remotely turn it on. And anything, if putting it on airplane mode, as long as it can ping to a tower, it will tell them where you are. You want to get into the habit of just driving anywhere. And once you start doing that, they're going to be tempted to put trackers on your vehicle. If you've made 1 or 2 police reports before, that tracker is going to be your best friend. So you kind of want the tracker on your car to be, not kind of, you want the tracker. That is a validation of everything that you've been saying. I talk about how to make police reports. Just go on my page and just search things, look up things. Don't talk about anything spiritual or anything non-fact based in a police report or to the police. Keep it very factual. Go in there looking nice, presentable, clean, like a professional. Look like you got more money than you have. Speak in your best voice. Speak very strong, very confidently. Don't lose your cool when people don't believe you. Don't get triggered. Just keep the police report, keep the report numbers, keep the full name and business cards of who you made the report with. You might need it later. You don't know. Stay on your feet. Think ahead. Think about, well, what if I get the opportunity to sue? What if I get the opportunity to get some justice? You know, get names of people that you can, where they worked, full names, all of that. Hold them to task. They gotta be scared of you because you haven't been being gang stalked and running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You've been collecting information. You've been documenting. I talk about documenting the entire experience. Start writing it out. And don't store it just on something where they can delete it. Store it on like a SIM card or something like that. Just start the process of like keep important information. Do everything that you could think of. And my last tip I'm going to give, and I might make a live about this, I'm going to write it down because I'm going to forget. Sometimes I think of things that I'm supposed to do and then I don't write it down and then I forget. But so I got lucky in my situation. The way I got so lucky is it wasn't working with me to get me a handler. So the chief gang stalker had to come out himself to handle me. And so now I know his full name, you know, where his business is. I know his wife's name. Like, I mean, I really got into these people's business. It's like we were well acquainted at this point. He's my arch nemesis. I'm his arch nemesis. He despises the ground if I walk on it, etc., etc. It's the luckiest thing that could ever happen to me because this is a seasoned criminal. So, you know, very early on, this was what I was going to say. I made a list of 100 things I was going to do to him to make him pay. And I went down the list and every day I did 1 or 2 of these things every day. And it was my way of sending the bombs back every day. So whether that means police reports, I contacted reporters. I'm just giving you some ideas. I contacted reporters. Everywhere that I could think of has a watered down version of you know, the documentation that I've been putting together. I've mailed things out. I've done everything. I've dropped things off different places. I've done everything because at that time I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like be alive if they want to get rid of me. I need to keep a record. It had my full name, my picture, people who were involved, their full name, their pictures. It was written very concisely, police names. It had everything that one could think about. So if I went, they would have everything that they need to bring this POS to justice. I gave them everything that they needed, my full name, my address, everything. Nothing was anonymous. I didn't care. Oh, but I did the anonymous reports too. That man had to close down his business. He couldn't conduct business and he couldn't do anything. Now the whole city knows. I went on my business, and every single day, I was up there telling all their business, all their secrets. I did over 100 days. Every single day consistently. I posted it to YouTube so people had links to get to it. It was despicable information. It's salacious information. They know who he is. They know who all of them are. They've been exposed. I snatched the mask off their face. I took it, I pulled it, and I snapped it back, and then I snatched it off. So, make you a little list, 100 ways to make them suffer. And every single day, send a bomb back. So you turn it from being bullied to a fight. And it turns from a fight to a spat to like a little bitch fest where the thief stands alone and it's between you and them. I don't care what anybody thinks. Oh, nobody could tell if you're fighting who's... I don't care. Because who the hell was there to tell that I was innocent when I was being gang stalked? No one was there to tell that I was innocent. So I don't care what we look like. We could fight. So it went from 100 people and me to now just me and him scrapping. And he's on his knees. Both legs are busted. And I'm not going to stop until it's done. And I always say it's done when it's done. Oh, people are going to think you're a bully. Good. Who cares what people think? Because what did they think when you were going through this by yourself? What did they think when you were going? So now that my spirit team has tied somebody's hands behind their back, I'm going to care now? What about when my hands were tied behind my back? Stay strong. Stay positive. Pray every day. Make the spirit your best friend. You don't have anyone to comfort you. Spirit will happily comfort you. I put everything up that I think somebody would possibly need, the things that I would have needed when I was there. Sometimes, like, you know, messages like this are messages of motivation. It was going to be something else tonight, but when I saw that, and this is exactly what they said. They said, the message said, do not motivate him because he wasn't there to motivate you. They're kind of speaking in context of what the message was about. He wasn't there to motivate you when you went through it. Who cares? Who's going to stop me? Who's going to stop? Mind your business. Who's going to stop me? I do whatever I want. I don't want no advice. I do whatever I want, whenever I want. This is my life. God tells me what to do, and that's it. My spirit team is who I take guidance from. And they asked me, the same spirit team that asked me to be up here. And that's it. So I said, oh, the motivation must be working. The motivation must be working. People must be feeling motivated by watching what people like me have to say. Because it's like a tarot. It's like a generic. It's like, you know, collective. But anyways, I don't want to go into that. Either way, so then this turned into a motivational thing because I was like, oh, they don't want people to be motivated. Well, that sucks because I'm going to motivate people. I'm going to keep saying, stay strong, strong in the spirit, strong in the physical. Do whatever you want. This is your life. Be rebellious. Be rebellious. It is an act of rebellion, and it's motivating people who are too weak to stand up. That is how you start a rebellion. One person says, oh, I'm not doing it. And the other people in the class are like, well, if Billy doesn't have to show up here, why do I have to show up here? And then they slowly start being defiant. They slowly start being rebellious. They stop showing up because they're like, well, if this person can do it, why do I have to? That's what happened in my city. I don't listen, so now a bunch of people are not listening and nobody cares. They don't care what's happening. And I always knew I would start a rebellion in my heart. I always knew that I was that person. Because I am that. I was always a person who asked hard questions. I was like, but this doesn't make sense. And the teacher would be so pissed off. And I would raise my hand and they'd answer everybody but me. And I'd just be the last one with my hand up. because I make them look bad. I'm correcting them. I'm telling them it's not right. And they start docking marks off of my thing for no reason. I always knew this was what I was meant to do. And I'm happy that I've done it because nobody deserves it more than people who are suffering. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for everybody who hung in there. Have a great day. Have a great night. Hopefully you guys wake up tomorrow strong, feeling courageous. And God loves you. Good night.